Hi friends, my fully remote friends. Today in class we were talking about similes and metaphors. Now we are going to be continuing to talk about various figurative language terminology that we are going to see incorporated into all the work that we do, especially when we get to our novels. But today we focused mostly on metaphors and similes. Also, what is going on with my hair? There we go. It's been a day. So what I would like you to do is find your packet that got sent home with you that's titled Figurative Language. This is mine, so it says my name across the bottom. You're going to make sure that your first and last name is across the bottom. Now I know that you're not coming back and forth from school, but it's just good practice to be putting our names on things, okay? Then what I want you to do is open up to the first page. It looks like this. Mine has writing on it, yours will soon, okay? So, at the very top, it says simile. Like I said, today we just focused on simile and metaphor. Now, something that I told the kids here at school is that we like to think of similes and metaphors as twins, but twins that don't necessarily look exactly identical, like fraternal twins. Because similes and metaphors, they have a very similar job. They both compare, but they compare in different ways. So, for simile, I would like you to write on the lines next to where it says simile, comparison using like or as. All right? So, I would like you to fill in, and you can pause the screen if you need to, in enough time to get comparison using like or as. If you need to pause the screen, you may, but make sure that you get that definition down. Comparison using like or as. Like and as. If you see something being compared to another thing and they use like or as, ding ding, your brain will know must be a simile, okay? So, on this packet page underneath, it says in very fancy script, examples, all right? And we see a cartoon picture of a clown, and we see a cartoon picture of a little pea pod, and then we see a cartoon picture of a puppy, all right? So, underneath each of those images, we see a phrase underneath the clown that says, happy as a clown. Oh my gosh, it's a simile. Which word did they use, like or as? They used as. So if you were in class with us today, you would have circled as, okay? Then we looked at the little pea pod cartoon, and underneath that it says, they're like two peas in a pod. Oh my gosh, another simile example. What did they use this time? They used like. So you're going to circle like. And then there's a cute little puppy, and underneath it says, cute as a puppy. So something is being compared to the cuteness of a puppy. And this time they used as. So you will circle as, okay? Now, just to clarify, this is what you would have done. You would have circled the as in the clown example, the like in the pea pod example, and the as in the puppy example. But you know what, it's not just fun to look over examples that were given to us. So we had some fun in class, and we came up with our own examples generated by your classmates that are here, that miss you dearly, by the way. We all miss you. Would you like to know the examples that we came up with? The first one they came up with was, she's fast as a cheetah. They used as this time. Right? So they're comparing the girl and her speed to the speed of a cheetah. In other words, she's really super fast. But we made it into a simile by saying she's fast as a cheetah. Next, another student said, his desk is like a pigsty. So they're comparing the not very clean nature of someone's desk with a pigsty. And this time they use the word like. His desk is like a pigsty. And the third example we came up with as a class, well, actually we came up with a couple examples, but this is the third one we wrote down, is the boy jumps like a frog. So they're comparing the way that a boy jumps to the way a frog jumps. They're comparing him to a frog. So I'm going to hold this up to the screen just for a few seconds. And if you need longer, I would like you to pause the video so you can get these 3 examples written in. Okie dokie? And I'd also like you to circle the as and the like and the as in these 3 examples that we have. Pause the video if you need longer because I'm about to move the page, okay? Here we go. So that was simile. Now we're talking about, it's not identical twin, but it's fraternal, kind of different looking twin, metaphor, okay? Now with metaphor, they also make comparisons between things, but metaphors don't say that something is tall like a tree or she's as happy as the sunshine. Metaphors just say that something is like exactly like something else, okay? So what I would like you to do is copy down the definition that I'm about to put up in front of the screen. And the definition says a comparison saying something is exactly something else. All right, so I'm going to hold this up to the screen for a few seconds, but if it's not enough time, pause the screen so you can get this definition written in. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay. And pause the screen if you need more time. Okay, now you see, just like we had some cartoon examples of similes in the simile portion above, there are some cartoon examples with some metaphors below where we just wrote our definition. One, you see a cartoon example of a little lobster. And maybe some of you have heard this metaphor used before. If someone has gotten a sunburn, see how it says he is a lobster? We're not actually saying that like a human man is a lobster, but what we're saying is he is a lobster. Maybe he's red, right? Maybe he got a sunburn. And instead of saying he is red like a lobster, if you want to make it a metaphor, you would just say, oh, he is a lobster. So they're comparing, in this case, he with a lobster. Now, we see a cartoon image of a heart, and then underneath that we see the metaphor, her heart was gold. Not her heart is like, her heart is like gold. We see her heart was gold, okay? If it was her heart is like gold, it would be a simile. But it's saying her heart was gold, so it's a metaphor, okay? And the next one sounds a little dramatic. It says, sadness is a black hole. Not sadness is like a black hole. Sadness is a black hole, making it a metaphor. We're still comparing sadness and a black hole, but we're saying sadness is a black hole, making it a metaphor. So, I am going to hold up to the screen those 3 examples to make sure that you have circled the the is, the was, and the is. The is, the was, and the is. Pause if you need another second, because I'm about to move it down. Okay. Now this is where we had fun with in class and we came up with our own examples. So what you are going to do, where it says more examples, we came up with, and this is what I'd like you to write down, her hair is a bird's nest. Oh no, so we're comparing her hair to a bird's nest, but we're not saying her hair is like a bird's nest. Maybe it's really messy and knotted. We're saying her hair is a bird's nest. We also have, she is crying rivers. not she is crying like rivers. So her tears, we're saying they are rivers, right? And then our good friend Joe, have you ever heard of the phrase, it's raining cats and dogs? Is it actually? No. So instead of saying it's raining like cats and dogs, he changed it. He changed it to like Batman Mickey Mouses. It was raining Batman Mickey Mouses. Okay, so that was our other example. And then we had one more we thought was fun. It is hailing golf balls. Well, do golf balls actually fall from the sky? Well, if you're near a golf course, maybe. But you know, sometimes hail can get really, really, really big to the point where they look like golf balls. Well, we didn't say it's hailing like golf balls coming from the sky. No, we're saying it is hailing golf balls. So I'm going to hold this whole thing up because we had that little extra one we tossed in class, so I figure I'll give you a chance to toss that in too. So these are the examples we came up with. And down here as well. Now if you need another second, pause that computer screen because I'm about to take my page down. Now, what I would like you to do on your own, and then I want you to take a picture of each page and then I want you to send it to me, is the page that has you doing the simile writing activity. It's like 2 or 3 pages over. And then the 2-page spread where it's the metaphor matchup. All right? I want you to read the directions carefully. This is going to be a challenge task for you. And I want you to complete both. Take a picture, send them to me through my email, okay? I want to see how you do with those. Remember, it's a challenge task. I want to see how you do on your own, and then we'll go through them together from there. Bye, guys. I hope this was helpful.